Hey everybody, Dr. Lowenstein here. So I want to do kind of a part two discussion about Aimovig because I did a Facebook Live the other day, and just like the advertising world is on fire regarding Aimovig, Facebook is on fire. We've got a lot of questions and comments and yeah, a lot of different stuff. So I want to try and clear a couple things up. Number one, I am not against Aimovig or any drug therapy, okay? Actually, to the contrary, I'm excited about this, and I think it's going to help a lot of people, and I think it's great. It's a new class of drugs. Again, it blocks signals from where the pain is starting to where the pain is felt. So the signals between those areas are getting blocked, and it's exciting because it's an antibody therapy. It's a new class of drug, and it's one of the first drugs that's actually for migraines. A lot of the drugs that you take for migraines are actually for other things, but they're used in migraines. So I'm very excited about this, and I think it's going to help a bunch of people. And I think a lot of people thought from my talks yesterday, some people asked if I worked for Amgen because it sounded, I guess, to some people like I was pushing the drug. Other people said, you shouldn't knock the drug. It's going to help a lot of people. And I agreed with those people. And I don't have any affiliation with a drug company at all. There's actually going to be two more versions of this coming from two different drug companies before the end of the year. The Aimovig is the first one. So that's number one thing to talk about. Number two are the studies. I read from the FDA press release, and I'm going to include the FDA press release with this when we post this video. So you can read for yourself. And it talks about improving headaches by 1 to 2.5 migraines a month. I talked to some neurologists that I trust, and the thought is that about 50% of people are going to get about 50% better with this new therapy, which again, that's potentially huge and great for so many people. Awesome. So that is the kind of from a neurology standpoint what people are thinking. It is theoretically expensive. It's talking about $7,000 or so a month. But here is something very important for everybody to know. You should talk to your neurologist because Aimovig has a program. I guess I should say that the parent company has a program where you can get free drug for a period of time if you qualify for that. So I think it's really important that you talk to your neurologists about this. They apparently have a really good support structure there. So again, exciting times from a drug standpoint. That being said, a couple of things. What gives me angst is that the drug companies have so much money to do press releases and get everybody. I mean, the day that this happened was the horrible tragedy in Houston at the schools there, which I'm not going to get into, but just absolutely is horrible. And yet, a lot of the news press was still about Aimovig, which is important, but not as important as the horrible things that were going on there. So anyway, the drug companies have a lot of press, a lot of money to put this advertising stuff out there. Now, from a surgery standpoint, if these neurologists are expecting 50% of people to get 50% better, and it's going to cost $7,000 a year to somebody, maybe your insurance, maybe you, maybe the drug comes down. But anyway, in any case, if these things are going to cost that kind of money, and 50% are going to get 50% better. The numbers behind migraine surgery, okay, are that 90% get 50% better, and 40% get 100% better, okay? So you're certainly going to have these super responders for the drugs as well, where a certain small proportion of those people are going to never have headaches again. And again, this is what I'm hearing from the neurologists. But for migraine surgery, 40% get 100% better, and almost twice as many people get 50% better or more. Potentially more than 50% better. So the point of the story is, but we don't have the means to get every news station, every media outlet to tell everybody that migraine surgery is out there and spectacular. Oh, and at least in our practice, migraine surgery will cost somewhere ballpark between $10,000 and $15,000. I think that's relatively universal. So basically, what you would spend for 2 years of the drug, you would spend on migraine surgery, and have at least the same, but likely better results. But for us to get the word out there is difficult because we don't have the resources that Amgen and Big Pharma have. So this is what I wanted you all to take away from this. Great new drug out there is going to help a lot of people, and everybody, including the surgical community, is excited about this. It is likely to help about 50% of the people to reduce their headaches by 50%, which is huge and awesome. Surgery helps 90% of the people reduce their headaches by 50%, and 40% of the people reduce their headaches by 100%. So surgery is not for everybody. The drug's not going to be for everybody. But both of these things are options, and whatever works is the right thing. So try Aimovig if your neurologist thinks it's a good idea for you. Try surgery if you get information about surgery so you can make an intelligent decision about what is good for you and what's what your preference is. But there are lots of options out there, and that's the most important thing, is to get people out of pain. And whatever works, again, acupuncture works, do it. Daith piercings work, do it. Aimovig works, do it. None of those things work. Surgery has a strong likelihood that it will. So that's what I got. All right. Let me just see here. Tuning in from Israel. Wow. Does it apply internationally as well? I don't know. I think Amgen, I'm sure, is going to try and get the drug. I think they're going through the EU process of like what they do here in the FDA. So hopefully it'll be available soon. There is migraine surgery in Europe. A lot of people are telling me, especially from the UK, hey, we don't have this here. Actually, you do. There's a guy named Dr. Mühlberger, who is a spectacular, very experienced surgeon. And if you Google Migraine Surgery Center, CENTRE, you'll see a lot of information from him. So if you're overseas in Europe, look into it there. 50% is huge. I agree. 50% reduction is great. And somebody says, I'd say try migraine surgery first. Again, everybody's going to be in different situations. I want what's best for you, and only you can decide what's best for you, but it's important to get as much information as possible. So do searches on both Aimovig and migraine surgery, and like I said, as well as chiropractic and all different kinds of things. Okay, great. Well, I hope that's helpful. I've got 2 cases today that I'm going to be off to, and here's wishing everybody pain-free days, okay? Y'all take care.